All right, and let's go through the teams here. This is the final game once again. We got Eric. Eric is going to come back to join me. I appreciate it. He's like dying, so. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Bringing us treats.
A little bit of sugar to keep you going.
A little bit of sugar.
Oh my God, is that the Ramis? The legendary Ramis.
That is the Ramis. Do you want to go through the lineup on each team this time?
Give me a second to swallow this.
Sure.
Still.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So what we got? You got the Ramis jungle coming in from the purple side. Lucian Nami is a really strong lane. Definitely relies a lot on the Lucian going in. Following up with that combo that he does, and then the Nami following up with the bubble. As soon as Lucian gets that slow in with the passive of Nami on her E. And then you have the Rise top lane. He's going to take a little time to build up, but so is his opponent, which is the Maokai. So it's going to be, it's going to be a push out lane. It depends on, who they decide to gank. Here, obviously the Thresh will be trying to land some hooks. Corki going to be following up, so we gotta watch out for these hooks that they're going to be happening. They're going to be happening. Regardless of what people say, hooks are going to happen. We have the little trickster. We got actually a really playmaker mid right here. We have the Zed that does a lot of plays with the assassinations, and you have the Fizz that has a lot of plays with the assassinations. You also have the Nocturne with the initiate, very long initiations, long range after level 6, and then you have Ramis that does a lot during the early game. So you have a difference in the jungle. You have Nocturne, he needs to be level 6 to be super effective, whereas Ramis, he just thrives on doing those ganks. So we're gonna need a lot of vision control from the blue team here,
and really deep vision control, because Ramis will just come wrecking through like a hurricane. You're gonna hear him start spinning. Next thing you know, he's gonna be on top of you. So actually, really similar playstyle to Sion in that regard.
Right, but what we see right here, I think that the top lane is going to be really targeted here because, like I said, they both need time to get revved up here. And if one of them falls down, it's going to be, it's going to cost them dragons. It's going to cost them team fights.
Definitely.
We'll see what happens here with the Ramis, and it really is, centered on what Ramis can do in the early game.
And I think possibly even going to be having the same sides this time. So that is like, I think the 4th or 5th time that these teams have played their respective sides between the red and blue side.
Hey Mormon, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, definitely. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. This is the finals game, and we are starting off. Fizz is just flying out, way ahead of everybody else. He's probably just trying to get in some early protection. The faster you get out, the quicker you're going to see if anybody's trying to invade through the middle lane.
Right.
Also, you get just an advantage over positioning. So it's really important. The faster you can buy your items, you always see in the LCS, they just fly out, just like 4 Loco for me here. Right. Now, we saw some pings going down from Healys Wheelies, and it looks like they were going to be possibly trying for an invade. So it looks like they're kind of stacking up for that, lining up for that, which would be advantageous for them for the fact that 3 of Annie's Tea Party is in the bottom side of the map, so they're kind of starting to split back up. Maybe
this is something odd that I'm looking at right now. The blue team actually has the advantage in a gank because Ramis has to start his shield for him to be effective when he first starts. Whereas the initiation is actually going to come from Thresh. Like what should be happening around is the opposite of what's going on because they should be the red team should be on the defensive, holding those 4 gates. And whereas blue should be roaming together and trying to find a pick with that Thresh hook because that early game advantage is really strong.
Sure.
Ramis definitely needs to get his blue to have a stronger start than he normally would if they were to go red. So 90% of Ramises will always start blue because it is most efficient in the jungle to do a round and then do a gank with. So you can see that they're both going to start on the bottom side because they need to pressure that top lane. Like I said, they need to snowball either Maokai or Rise and push them out of lane early
Now,
on.
something else we're noticing really quickly here is last game, Healys Wheelies threw off Annie's Tea Party by doing a lane swap.
Right.
They're doing it again with this time Lucian and Nami going top versus Soneto. Now, Soneto, at this point in the tournament, he's been playing against dual lanes all day. I feel like he might be able to do this very well with Maokai. If anybody. He just has really good sustain. He's been shown to be able to sidestep a lot of things, so I'm not too worried about him being caught by Nami bubbles. I guess we'll just see how it plays out, but I think I'm confident in Soneto's ability to play against that 2v1, and I guess we'll see how Best Blitzcrank NE is able to pull his side out, and we'll see who gets the tower pressure and everything like that.
One thing I find strange is that, Nocturne started to, he started as red to go to blue. I imagine he was trying to go for a gank top lane, but since they did do that lane swap, I felt like maybe the blue to the red and maybe, holding that lane bottom and then pushing it when he comes down there. Like you've seen a lot of strats where they would actually push that early tower, take that early tower bottom lane and possibly even get a dragon because...
Very true, but did they know that there was going to be a lane swap at that point in the game when he was starting red? I'm not sure if they saw it or not.
Yeah, that might have been very true because, Rise was fully prepared for it because I think that red actually dictated what was going to happen here.
Definitely. So instead, he just looks like he's going to really try to hit 6 really quickly.
Right.
That's a lot of where Nocturne's strength comes out. I wouldn't put... Now, Nocturne, I don't think I would put him as a tier 1 jungler. I'd probably maybe put him as a tier 2, as meaning that he's not bad.
Right.
He has his place in the right team, and I think Annie's Tea Party thinks that they have him in the right place, but he's always reliable. He's always a solid...
See, we can see here, I definitely think that he should have just backed off here. Now he's going to take a lot of... Oh, look at that right
Nami there. backing off the Dingo Ducks, and...
very misplayed by the red team right there. I definitely think that Nami not...
That was a huge advantage for the fact that that's their dual lane that's having to go back before... Well, I guess at the same time as the solo lane. That is huge. Yeah, Mormon, we are currently having a local Nebraska tournament. So we've had 18 teams today. We've been streaming for about 13-ish hours, 13, 14 hours, something like that. It's been going quite a while. But this is actually the finals game. Annie's Tea Party versus Healys Wheelies. Now, Annie's Tea Party, just for a little background information, if you guys are new to the stream, they won the championship last year. They've only lost 2 games today. One to another really good team that lost to Healys Wheelies, the champion they're facing now, and then the other game was to this Healys Wheelies, the red team. So definitely very interesting how this is playing out. Both very good teams that both deserve to be here. They catch the Rise out, flinging backwards, going some major harass, takes a turret shot. He just kind of laughs that off. It's not really that much of a
He does have his
difference.
team back up, so he can easily come back in the lane. It wasn't too much for him. Even though he does have to waste that. It was not necessarily waste because I felt like he didn't need to go back regardless because he needs to get that man.
Yeah, he needs to get that tier. So we actually see that he did just get that tier, which is going to allow him to start stacking LCS. He actually goes back to the top lane. They do a reverse switch. They're just going to go back to maybe, I'm not sure if it's Lucian thinking that they're just comfortable on it, or Silneto showing up and almost forcing them to go back because they're not able to do anything against Silneto. There was a lot of Silneto hype going on earlier in our stream. A lot of Silneto fans. But definitely some good play coming in. I don't think Annie's Tea Party is falling into the same susceptibility they did last game. Now, I was actually watching some of the pick and ban phase, and so I wanted to go back to this middle lane here and just talk a little bit about that.
Well, see, the middle lane, I've actually heard from a lot of the top streamers. You see Bjergsen, talking about, the Zed to Fizz matchup, and I completely agree with him that Fizz actually wins if he knows how to play it right, but it's also really much more of a skill matchup more than anything because Fizz can actually negate the damage from the ult on Zed.
Oh, yeah.
So
completely.
This is just going to be, a very hard matchup for Zed, but at the same time, he needs to be aware of his playful stricture. Like right now, he just used it.
I just want to, throw out just kind of what I heard the players talking about on Healys Wheelies side, is that Healys Wheelies, they were a little bit unsure if they wanted to go Zed. His team was asking him, do you feel confident? Do you think you can carry Zed? And he's like, I've played the matchup before. I'm not really too great against Fizz on a whole lot of other champions, so I think this is my best bet. It is a hard matchup, but it's one that he's comfortable on, and I think that that's making a difference here as he hit.
The most important part is when you're comfortable with the champion, other than, you know,
yes.
I mean, we're going to pick a counter. You see a lot of it in solo queue, you're going to just pick a counter, but because you don't know how to play the champion, your mechanics for that champion are really off, and then you can't actually snowball or where you would, you know, normally would on a champion where you do know how to play.
Oh, we see a ult coming down. Does not kill for Loco for me. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of a replay on that, kind of see what happened there. So once again, he dodges that, and it looks like he's going to go right in, ult him, and doesn't quite have enough damage. He thought that maybe that would pop for the damage after he hit those double
I think maybe had he ulted first, or and then followed up,
or done an auto attack first, because he just ulted right away. He went back to his shadow. Did he flash on top of him?
No, he didn't flash. And then I think he did auto attack him, but I think that he would have been more amplified had he ulted and then auto attacked and then auto attacked again.
There you go.
And then followed up with a little.
So Zed is a very touchy champion. You definitely got to make sure you're maneuvering things just perfectly to maximize your damage effect, and he didn't get the kill, and that's going to be really good for Fizz for just a minute here. Deathmark's cooldown isn't insanely long, but
and you can see that actually Fizz has the kill potential, not because of the items that he has, but because he does have the Ignite over Zed now, and knowing that Zed does not have an ult. So we're going to probably see a play coming out of Fizz here after blue. So we're probably going to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I think that'll be an exciting thing to watch. Let me go ahead and make sure jungle's against jungle and whatnot. Sorry, I keep forgetting to do that at the very beginning of the games here.
Oh boy, he died. He died and came back.
Can't think right now.
Been a long day.
So, well,
we got the dragon being taken care of.
Wow, dragon going on. No contest.
No contest
from Annie's Tea Party. That is, it was completely 100% even. And
it was actually completely blind too. They had no idea. They just took it right from under their noses. It was really clean by the red team here.
Good job to Healys Wheelies there. Let's go see what's going on in the top lane. It is 62. Maokai is actually winning in CS. I'm not sure if that happened completely during the lane swap or not, or if there's been a little bit of some matchups going on in the in that lane as well.
You can see the item path here is kind of strange. I'm not gonna, I mean, it just seems that Rise is going to be building a little bit more damage quicker than Maokai, because Maokai decided to go boots and a second Doran's ring, whereas he could have finished his Catalyst and probably had more sustain than what he has right now. But looks like the boots is going to get him, that mobility would actually
forcing the teleport from the top lane.
And
they're going to go in straight onto Rise. Really good job of flashing out right as that turret damage was just about to hit. Wasn't quite enough.
Really well played.
Really well played. Fizz got out safely. Got an assist. And that's the kind of things they want to look for. They just want to look for those picks. They force that. They're like, okay, if we're not going to get a turret, we're going to get the person who's coming to save the turret.
Right, and then you can see that, they saw that Zed back. Rammus it doesn't look like he would have been able to save that even had he been there. So, like, they made the right decision. Right. They made the right decision to get that, and I think that really, they can snowball.
So, even though they just lost a dragon and the gold was even, they just evened that back up just by the by the gold that they got from that kill and assist and whatnot, but also just because of the pressure, I think, that they were able to accumulate right there. Took a few extra minions. Now Ram is coming in from the backside. It's going to be... He has to flash away so that Rammus didn't get the taunt off. Rammus can't taunt while he's in the ball form, so Rammus would have had to hit him, and that's why he was able to flash away
from that
right away. What's the elo? The elo is a little bit of a mix. There's a mix between diamonds, platinums, and I think there's a few golds on the red team as well.
Eric, speaking from a master tier point of view, when it comes to Dragon versus Tower, because it's pretty even gold-wise as far as like team gold that you accumulate from it. I mean, if you had to pick between one or the other, I mean, me personally, I would actually pick a Tower over a Dragon just because it's going to give you a little bit more map control and a lot more pathing to lanes.
Definitely.
What's your take on it?
I definitely think that the Tower will help map control, if that is the strongest point that they have right now. And I definitely think with having a Nocturne, it does give you a lot of that vision, because you need that Nocturne right coming in. You can see that these ults are being made.
A Lukazuka. He's just kind of trolling back a little bit.
Oh,
not a whole lot's going on. Fizz is going on really hard. They got the slow. Rammus is really low. If they can catch Rise, he is dead. Rise got caught. He's dead. As I said, that was a really good counter gank from Luka Zoldyck, sorry. Slurring my words together now. Luka Zoldyck coming in, kind of saving that Maokai. Fizzfall was able to follow up with a ult and eventually caught up the Rise. They're going to just take that advantage. They're just going to steamroll right into that tower that has no defense. Take that, get an advantage. They are now 2K goal ahead in just a few minutes here.
Exactly. So like I said, taking this tower, now they have vision over the top lane. They're going to have to do some wards. They're going to have to compensate for losing that vision top lane and actually have to put the wards down, because Nocturne is a huge threat after level 6, which we just saw an ult come down from him and completely change the fight. So you would take that objectively, getting that map control if you got like something for a pick, but globally, putting everybody ahead, pushing them, to get those items quicker. The Dragon would have been more efficient. Like I said, they both have their strong points. They both have the different ways that you can snowball. So I definitely think it could go either way. You just have to take advantage of what happened.
The only other thing I'm kind of seeing here is, I mean, Annie's Tea Party's kind of taken a little bit more of an advantage here, and in my opinion, their late game team comp is going to be quite a bit superior here. So, I mean, if you're looking from the other team's point of view, I mean, what do you do to get back in this outside of play smarter and get some picks?
Well, yeah, I definitely think that the Ramiston is really a big thing that needs to happen in here. But at the same
happen on.
See, like the one that's really getting ahead. But like we can't really tell.
Even.
Yeah, you can't really decipher.
Corki, I guess.
Yeah, but you can see like their mid game is really strong. Like the Fizz and the Corki, you got the Trinity Force, and then you have the Proc from the Sheen as well. With a Nocturne, like that's a lot of massive damage coming out at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And then the Thresh has to deny. I feel like Thresh needs to immediately get that that Crucible, because that Crucible is going to be so crucial to somebody getting taunted by the Rammus, and I definitely think that's going to decide the team fights. Like I said, Rammus taunt is what was going to decide these team fights.
They are going to catch him.
He's trying to get that execute. No.
And
that was a great
free kill. That was perfect. Landed it just in the path.
Right.
That was max range too, dude.
And even if he hadn't landed it on him, it would have still gone slightly in front of him, even if he had backstepped.
He would have been dead either way. If you can look at his items, he didn't even have boots at all. So
adjust the background. What background are you particularly talking about? Captain At America? Let me know. Anyway, what I was saying is that it would have, if he would have had to walk through that to get slowed and possibly taken that damage, or just walk back into him. So there was nowhere Rise was going. Looks like we have a little bit of aggression coming out. Fell Deity.
We didn't know what we wanted to do there. We got a Nocturne on. Then we got a random teleport here that doesn't really do too much. I mean, yeah.
Well, it secures Dragon Control.
I feel that he could have actually used that aggressively, so they tried to contest that, and they would have had that in the back, so they would have been able to secure something, a fight in there. And I think that teleport was really.
Instead, I think they're more just kind of wanting to play a little bit safer, because we've seen in the past that Healys Wheelies is a little bit better even at the late, more of the longer sustained team fights.
Right.
But at the same point in time, if you're thinking about it from Annie's Tea Party, I mean, they're up 4-0. Why would you try and fight something when you can get a free objective? They've got the late game to fall back on. You're better off to play it safe, be really smart, and just go out and win, you know?
Yeah. This really, I think, just comes down to a lot of personal preference and play style and whatnot.
Eric just likes to win games at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, we see a death sentence going on to Nami, picking her up under the tower. Fizz goes in, picks up the kill. That is a free kill for for Fizz right there. Beautiful death sentence off of Daslam. Really going back. I mean, he's playing his championship Thresh. Just goes to show, I think that's a skin that shows that you're really comfortable on your champion. He's playing it in the championship. I mean, we're not going with the triumphant Rise this game exactly. We have the Rise, or the Fizz ult going down. The tower goes down. And that is going to be a very dead Rammus, almost dead Zed. He's not going to be able to do much more. Silnetto possibly going to be dropped. He is going to be saved by 4 Loco for me, stepping back a little bit and absorbs one of those passive Lucian shots that was going to hit. Ooh.
Like I said, like he plays a lot of Thresh. We were looking at his match history earlier, and he plays a lot of Thresh, and I was wondering why he didn't play it a lot. He's been playing, Braum, Alistar, and I really felt like he should have just pulled out his Thresh in these games.
So it looks like you were right, and I mean that's kind of what I was suspecting as well, was going back to a lot of these comfort picks and whatnot. Little complaints about some of the noise here coming from the players.
Rowdy. I mean, this is the finals, so.
This is the finals. It's going to be that time of night. Let me know if you guys kind of adjusting the volume on the fly, just trying to keep an eye on it.
I gotta tell you though, things are really turning down for what's their team name again? HW?
The Healys Wheelies.
That's right. I mean, this game's looking pretty rough, and Andy's Tea Party's playing it really, really safe and just smart more than anything else.
And that's how they've been taking most of their wins today. They tried to bring out this whole secret strat thing last game. Didn't really work out for them, so they went back to the comfort picks, and it's showing.
That's what they needed to do. I mean,
5K ahead.
Right here, you see this Rise. I mean, obviously at a deficit versus this Maokai, and like I said, the top lane. Top lane is, they both need time to snowball, and it looks like Maokai actually got the
Ooh, is he going to get the death sentence? No, he dashes away.
I mean, they do have Rise. They've got Zed. They've got a lot of potential in the form of Healys Wheelies. But, I mean, if you go late game, I mean, Rise is going to outscale Maokai a little bit. So you're going to have that, which is going to be really nice. That stage is going to be a problem late game.
And then you got that Nocturne on this Feral Flare, whereas, Rammus is really just a tank.
Yeah, but they need that tank. If they didn't have that flat-out tank, they wouldn't have any.
So I think they have a pretty stronger late game. I mean, blue side, I feel. You got the picks, you have the Fizz with the damage, you have the Corki that does really good in the mid game. So I mean, they're really snowballing this. Corki does a lot of damage with that Triforce. You can already see it's already out. He's got the penetration boost for that AP that he's shooting out with his rockets for sieging.
Walk right through a ward.
No, walk right through.
But they got the control already. They
can't. They don't even care.
Because they got that bush warded, so they know.
Double ward. A little scared. You got the double bush.
The nice thing is about League, though, is, I mean, anything can happen. One dumb play, one miscalculated team fight, and this thing can turn around, And this is the last game. They've got to play it to the end.
And Healys Wheelies is definitely willing to play it to the end. I mean, they've really just been showing up all day. Let's see what's going on here. They do have a ward on that side. They go ahead and clear that. Ooh!
Fish for a fish.
Fishing for... That was almost a max range hook right there. That would have been interesting, because I don't know if he had gone over, how his team would have gotten to him. Fizz would have been the only person that had been able to get over. Corki, well, I guess Corki could fly over as well.
See, we got Rammus
Oh, that just made me laugh. That was really way too close for comfort.
Right. I feel like he should have instantly done something with that. I don't know. I don't think that Rammus should be.
Talking about Rammus?
Yeah, I feel like Rammus should be walking around in the jungle. I feel like he has to do it all the time, just for that pick potential. Yeah. We would have been able to catch that Nocturne right there.
Because he would have had his speed built up just a little, just that much more.
Right. But I definitely think it was a good idea to back off, because Nocturne can definitely just jump back into that with that paranoia.
Yes.
Definitely would have just, changed the fight right back in the favor. They're already ahead. There's no reason why they would lose that team fight had he just, come back in there.
Definitely. All right, Annie's Tea Party going to start picking up the Dragon. And 4 Loco for me taking a lot of damage, actually. Not going to be too big of a difference. And we see a team fight coming in. Dead Sentence lay down on Nami. Nami is going to go down to the fish after she flashes away. He's trying to go currently for the Lucian. Lucian isn't going to quite get caught, but he does get pushed away. As the rest of the team just kind of goes down.
Nami was really big. That sentence really changed the fight for them.
And it's kind of like I was talking earlier about when you're playing Thresh against Janna, actually, is what you want to do is you want to land that hook onto Janna, because otherwise Janna's going to disengage the Thresh from whoever else Thresh might hook on your team. So it's kind of a little bit the same idea with Nami, as if you can lock down Nami, Nami's not going to be able to use her skills, and she's not going to be able to disengage for her team, let alone herself.
Basically incapacitate one of their players, and that's really big for...
Yes, and that's a very big player to incapacitate. Decapacitate, either way.
Beheaded.
Beheaded. Little dudes just chilling.
A new challenger has approached.
Seems this is going to be the League of Malphite now, and the League of Sapling, and he goes big on the Dingo Kid, laying down a whole 100 damage or so.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Insane.
Had he had a DFG there, I think he would have been dead.
Completely. But he sacrificed his life. Unfortunately, he was not able to respawn, and it's going to be a very short-lived baby.
Close call there.
That's a bold strategy.
That was a premature death. Sad day.
That was a call center right there. Close call.
We see Rise pushing down the top lane. Just getting some good CS on him. Almost knocking my monitors off the computer.
No, we don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need this. We got a projector.
All right.
And that's my sign to back up a little bit.
I mean, you got to kind of commend this Lucian, though. I mean, coming into the game, everybody else on his team, I don't want to say everybody's doing bad because it's a team effort, but to be an AD carry, especially with an assassin mid laner, it's really hard to stay...
And at a deficit,
relevant.
nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. And to not have any deaths.
And he's actually the only person on their team with a kill. Let's go ahead and look at the how much gold, and he actually is leading in gold at the moment. By about 700, and yet he has less gold than every single person on Annie's team, except for
from Nocturne here, trying to take out that Nami. And there she goes down. Like this is the catch that they need.
This
they have the wards.
Keeps going down. That's her 4th death.
They have the wards going down, and this is the vision control that we were talking about. That the superiority that Tea Party has.
Just look at that. We got those kind of triangles. We got a little bit of a line there. Just really solid lineup. Silnetto keeping the enemy team away from their own turret almost single-handedly. Colleen going down to try and kill some of these minions, and Norman Bates does get locked up under the tower. The Zed ult doesn't quite have enough damage to finish him off.
If you can see here right now, the Zed's build is kind of strange. You don't see anything. He's not really focusing any item. He's kind of all over the place. I think he needs to be more coordinated on what he's trying to buy.
Yeah, he looks like very good Nami ult to disengage, possibly saving Lucian. Lucian might be able to come back from the back here. Those little soldiers from Silnetto unfortunately chased him away, slowed him down, and wasn't able to run back into the fight. Nami may be able to, going back down. That's a 5th death for both Nami and Rise. Really just punishing the squishiness of those characters and just really trying to prioritize jumping onto those guys. Really solid game from Annie's Tea Party right here.
And it's really unfortunate. You can see that Nami's, doing a real budget. I like to call it a budget build where you have to, run Mobies, and you just basically have to gain vision control. But like, it's just not working out for them because the vision control is actually in Tea Party's favor.
Yes.
And so she just keeps getting caught out, and like she's there's just like I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're gonna have to devise a strategy where I mean, there's a lot of vision that's going on right now. They need to get some sweepers out on the map because I mean, they're just. If you can look at these wards coming out from Tea Party, you have them all over the place in the top side of the jungle. You cannot go in the top side of the jungle with a Nocturne because of all those.
Very
all
true.
Those
That
wards
is
here.
is that still a global ult? It's still.
It's not global.
It's not global
It's a very strong range, but it's not global.
Okay.
It's about quarter map.
So,
Yeah. So coming from, I mean, a master tier point of view, especially coming from you, because I know you're always behind. No, I'm just kidding. But when you are caught in a situation like this, coming from the Nami point of view, I mean, how do you get out? Because I mean,
How do you
they've
take
got
back vision
one.
even?
Yeah, they've got one ward topside, nothing on the bottom. I mean, she can't go anywhere in her jungle without dying. I mean, in all honesty, but it's up to her to get vision control back. I mean, how do you do that?
the thing is that in this situation you wouldn't have gone to Chalice at all. Like, you need to regain that vision, so you would have. I mean, she's level 9 right now. She definitely needs to get.
Oh, we see it.
Flash.
He started charging up his wall. Everybody goes in. It looks like they're going to put everything on the line for this. Daslam getting taken very low. He is going to go down to Ramus there. However, Ramus, the rest of his team just gets chased away. The Coling does nothing on Silnetto. He's a very tanky champion, like we were just talking about. The Dingo Kid getting chased away. Ramus got that kill, wasn't able to do anything else. Now Ryze is surrounded. He's going to try and teleport away.
These are just desperate stuff. As you can see, like, they all went on that thresh. They just didn't really mean anything. Had you, I mean, even if you had gotten the thresh, like, what would you do after that?
Exactly. It was a really
sad fight. I really wanted to cry. I almost, you know.
They just put everything on the line for a really random fight.
I mean,
really random position, not a huge objective that they would have been able to take from it, I don't think.
But they're not going for objectives right now. They need to get picks, small picks, to get back into the game. And that, as bad as it is to say Thresh is the one that they're going to pick, but they've got to find something here. They're not going to, you know, even if they were down a person, it's not like they're going to push a tower. Even 4 into 5 there, they'd still lose.
Definitely, definitely.
Hell yeah! Sorry, I haven't been all day. Well, JK, sorry,
Alright, we got Ramus just trying to take low. Take by some more of their boards and whatnot. We see a death sentence going on to Ryze. Norman Bates is going to put a lot of damage onto him. Nami Bubble is going to whiff. Maokai comes from the side, flying in, going onto the Dingo Kid. He tries to Coling as a kite back, but not really able to do much. He's already got a Maokai on top of him. Ryze just falls behind. Zez comes in to try to make up, maybe get a last kill. Gets it on the Nocturne.
1 for 4.
What's that really going to do? Hey, Nami survived this time, so Nami.
There's something.
Pulling.
But wait, there's more.
Death sentence on the Nami. They are going to pick up Nami undoubtedly
really
as well.
Bubble Baron skill. Yeah,
really strong. Look at these scores. 808 Fizz, 706 Corky. That is the surrender vote. And Extralife Omaha 2014, the championship winners 2 years in a row. Annie's Tea Party. Congratulations to those guys.